Sometimes projects start with a problem and an unused toolbox. I needed a paint booth for small projects, but instead of buying one, I decided to build it myself using a design from Big Blue Laser Designs, a retired Harbor Freight tool chest, and some MDF from Home Depot. This is what I came up with. Hey, I'm Bobby with McCauley Made, and like most makers, I've got a bad habit of keeping things that might be useful later on. Well, today that someday finally came around. This old Harbor Freight toolbox was sitting around because I got a bigger one. It was just collecting dust. So I figured, why not turn it into something that's actually useful? I've been looking at the paint booths online, and they were either too small, too expensive, or just didn't fit what I wanted. So I grabbed a design from Big Blue Laser Design in Mark Collier. They've got some awesome project files over there if you ever need anything. I decided to make my own twist on it. Well, originally I was going to just build this inside the top part of one of those Harbor Freight toolboxes, but as I was looking around, I found the one from Big Blue Laser, and I thought that would work perfectly fine. So that's why I got it from them. And I just used cheap Harbor Freight MDF that you can find anywhere that I had laying around. It cuts great in my one laser XRF, and it's perfect for this project. All right, so here's my pile of wood. The last one is on the laser right now. Let's put this together and see if it works. Well, I didn't want to bore you with the whole build, but there's the box together. Real simple to put together. This part is the only part I glued. I had to glue the rings together because that is the part that the vent hose actually hooks to. And I glued the rings on top of there in that little box and that box together. That box is what holds your filters into place, and that goes on top of the overall frame. But that's the only place I glued. The rest of it I didn't glue together because I want to be able to take it down if I need to. It'll probably stay up. But if I want to take it down, I can take it down. And if you glue that, it makes it a lot more difficult. But I know these parts are not going to be taken down, so that's the reason they got glued. Well, I was trying to decide on the smaller versus the larger box. But I had a problem. I did realize that when you put these lids down, there's little mechanisms in there that keeps the drawers locked. So I'm gonna have to finagle that. I'll figure that out. I don't know if I need to disconnect something or what. I'll figure that out. But I think I'm gonna do the larger one because it's got more space to hold things. It's time to get it in place, see how this goes. All right, let's talk about my original plan. My original plan was to build a spray box inside of here. That was the original plan. Then I started thinking, well, I've got all this in the way, so I need to take these out if I want to don't want to get them gummed up and everything else. So I need to take those out. Then that table just falls back there. Then I've still got all this, then I started thinking, well, why am I going to do that if I'm not going to use this anyway? Just put it on top. So that's what we did. I built that. I'll tell you where I got that. I probably already did. I built that to put on top. I don't know if I made the right decision or not. Time will tell. Luckily, I can always rebuild it if I don't like it. But I think it was a better choice. Like I said, these are in the way. I'd have to remove all this stuff, and it's kind of deep, and I'd have to remove the lock, and this becomes useless anyway. Now I've just got to figure out how to bypass those things. Okay, actually a very simple solution. What I did, I opened the drawers and then closed this. It kind of bypasses the lock. So that was an easy fix. Now it's time to get it all together. All right, what I've got is I've used these 6-inch AC Infinity inline fans. I've got one running my laser, and I thought, well, I'll use one for dedicated paint booths, and then I'll piggyback off the one with the laser. But I did not like the way that worked. It didn't quite clear it out as good as I hoped. So I ended up getting another one and just running 2 to the paint booth, which I highly suggest if you do one of these. It just makes it much cleaner and easier in the long run. And I teed them all together, including the one with the laser, and sent it out one duct to the garage, which I'll show you now. All right, here's what I did. It's not pretty. I took the one line that's going to that vent hose down there and turned it into one of the Ys. Now I've got two other, hold on. I've got these two other vents going out and connecting to these other lines, to the other Y and the other side. Put that Y to that Y, then I got one hose going out. Let's see if this works. Okay, here's what I got. It's a little noisy. Got the two vents going out, the one in the back. I got the one vent for the laser, and it's all pulling out of that one hose over there. Let's see how it sucks. Well, I'm not going to bore you with a long painting montage, but I did want to get on here and tell you that it helped a lot. You can see that there's no lingering paint in the air. It pulls it right out. Those 10 by 10 inch filters, they caught a lot of the overspray, and it just worked well. It didn't stink up the garage near as bad. Here I'm going pretty hard. It didn't stink up my house. A massive improvement on all levels. I know it's hard to tell what I'm doing, but there is not a cloud of paint in here anymore. Usually there is. Can I still smell the paint? Yes, but I'm also right up inside this thing. But does it go everywhere like it was? Absolutely not. This thing, yes. And right now, just a few seconds after painting, I can hardly smell anything. This may save me and my family some health. Heck yeah, now I need a light in there. That's what I need next. So here it is, the finished booth. It's solid, it's quiet, way more satisfying than buying something pre-made from big box store or wherever. If you're thinking about building your own, grab the design from Big Blue Laser, and don't be afraid to customize it to fit your space or your needs. There's something cool about taking scraps, spare parts, and a little imagination to make something you'll use hopefully every day. The only thing I want to add to it is maybe some LED lights, but that's coming later time. Anyway, if you enjoyed this build, hit that like button. Let me know what shop projects you're working on. And if you're looking for a solid laser setup like mine, check out One Laser. I've got an affiliate link down there, helps the channel out. I've got plenty more shop builds coming, laser experiments, maker chaos coming your way. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share it with your friends. We'll see you next time on Macaulay Made.